Cody Rhodes won the 2024 Royal Rumble and challenged Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, where he became the WWE champion. But it didn't come without some bumps in the road creatively in the WWE that almost made Cody's title victory not even happen. Cody Rhodes spoke today on the Busted Open Radio podcast and had this to say about the upcoming WWE WrestleMania 40 behind-the-scenes documentary. Thank you, Fightful and Wrestling Inc. for the following transcripts. It was revealed in the documentary and might put things in a different perspective for people. I found out the possibility of Rock vs. Roman the day of the Royal Rumble. I had to leave that room, head up, and make sure no one knew what could possibly happen, and probably one of the more difficult days I've had in the wrestling business. But how could I complain when you're winning the Royal Rumble and you're pointing at the sign? It was such a high and such a low. Brian Gurwitz, a former WWE writer and a business partner for The Rock, had this to say on the Masked Man show recently about Cody Rhodes' promo announcing The Rock was going to be facing Roman after the Royal Rumble. Cody is a human being who is genuine and real, and he wears his heart and emotions on his sleeve. If you read the transcript, you're like, Nixon kicked Kenny's ass. But if you watch it, it's like, oh, Nixon was a sweaty, terrible mess. Gurwitz even spoke on how Rhodes is one of the most real people he's ever met, especially after he cut that promo. Gurwitz said he looked like someone shot his dog in the face in the parking lot. That, I don't think, helped matters. I don't blame Cody for that. He's real. He's one of the realest people I've ever met. And on how Cody's body language and fan reaction to the angle left WWE with the choice. We could push forward like WWE has often done, or we could do something that would be pretty incredible. Eventually, it led to Triple H and the WWE pivoting and giving us heel Rock joining the Bloodline and creating a very memorable story for Cody Rhodes' title win at WrestleMania 40. But what if the WWE didn't listen to the fans? Would it have showed that Triple H and the new era weren't much different than the old era? Does this also bring up a red flag on the booking going on in the WWE currently? Should it get fans worried since Triple H learned what he knows about being a suit mainly from Vince McMahon himself, who over the last few years as head of creative was delivering storylines that were bringing in record low TV ratings for Monday Night Raw? Would Triple H build another multiple year story for a superstar only to once again be swayed by another member of the board or creative to just not finish that story they've been building that the fans love? For me, it does. It makes me believe that as long as you can convince Triple H, then he'll change the story on the fly whenever he sees fit. Now, Triple H booking has been pretty solid since he's gotten full control over the pencil this last year, a lot more solid than Vince's last few years. But it does worry me slightly that a former full-time wrestler can become a board member of the company and make a 2-year storyline change in a heartbeat just like that. Brian Gurwitz spoke also about The Rock facing Cody possibly at next year's WrestleMania 41 and him helping him run this story one more time. Brian said nothing happens until they step through the curtain, and it happens. There are so many variables and a lot of things can happen and not happen. There is stuff that is written in pencil and stuff people might want or not want. If we get to run it back for WrestleMania 41, I'd be thrilled. I'd love to do it and be a part of it. It'd be great. I want to get back into it with Cody's dog. People are like, how can you say that? He's a good boy. Of course he's a good boy. Everyone knows he's a good boy. He's just a stupid dog. That's all I'm saying. There are smart dogs and dogs that are not so bright. Pharaoh is not so bright, but he's certainly a good boy. I would love to get back into all that stuff. If that phone call happens and we're thinking about the same person, I'd be extremely thrilled to run it back. Now, after all was said and done and the dust settled from WrestleMania 40, I personally would love to see Cody versus The Rock at WrestleMania 41, as long as it doesn't get in the way of another story that Triple H has been cooking up in the meantime. What is everyone thinking will happen at WrestleMania 40? I know we're like just a bit under a year away, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Guys, don't forget to like this video, click that sub button, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I post a new video. Heel Josh out.